After coming within a game of the NBA Finals last season, the Boston Celtics are back.
Okay, so that was opening night last October, when we met a Celtics team predicted to run away with the East. What happened was a bit more complicated.
The only thing consistent about the Boston Celtics is their inconsistency.
To break down this roller coaster season, WCVB sports reporter Bob Halloran.
So what's it been like covering the Celtics this year?
Surprising. I was among the many who thought that this would be an absolutely fantastic team, and they never really hit their stride. They showed flashes of it from time to time.
To find this team's true identity, let's start at the top with its best player and the one who's taken the most heat, Kyrie Irving. He is one of only 2 current Celtics with an NBA championship on his resume, a fact that we discussed last year.
In order to win a championship, it's one of the hardest things that you've ever done in your life. I want our guys to understand how special it is to be on a team that sacrifices a lot to be on that level.
Another key player under the microscope, Gordon Hayward, whose comeback battle was chronicled in the documentary series The Return. Hayward struggled early, but is entering these playoffs on a high note with a chance for redemption.
There's definitely nerves, there's some anxiety. I think I wouldn't be human if I didn't have that. I want to prove to myself that I can still be the player that I was and ultimately help us, try to win a title.
A young player people are watching is starting forward Jason Tatum.
Everybody in the playoffs has the same goal, to win a championship. And, that's our goal, is to be the last team standing.
What have you learned from this season that you're able to take with you to the postseason?
There are a lot of ups and downs, and the team that can withstand the most adversity usually wins.
One piece of adversity that is headline news is the injury to Marcus Smart.
He has been called the heart and soul of the team, and so they don't have their heart and they'll be without their soul for at least the first 2 rounds and maybe longer.
Fan favorite Aaron Baines will be called upon to infuse some of that missing heart during the playoffs.
Every time my number's called, I just try and go out there, try and bring the right energy on the defensive end. And we can overcome a lot as a group as long as we stick together and we play the right way.
Despite the challenges, this Celtics team enters the playoffs as the number 4 seed with a home series opener against the Indiana Pacers.
Everyone's 0-0 right now.
More encouraging, they still haven't played their best ball.
We have yet to really see how great we can be. We have a lot to figure out, a lot to do.
Kyrie's sentiment is still as true now as it was when the season opened. But the difference is that if they don't live up to that potential this weekend, their season could be over.
I still believe in the quality of this team. They have to show some real urgency, and they have to play as hard as they have all year.
Through it all this year, Coach Brad Stevens patrolled the sideline. Can he recreate last year's postseason magic? If Smart was the team's heart and soul on the court, owner Wyc Grousbeck still believes his 5th-year coach is the heart and soul of the organization.
Yeah, well, that's nice of him to say, but we all play a role. And, for me, I'm an Indiana kid. I grew up in the state of Indiana, and when I turned on the TV on Sundays, Larry Bird was playing for the Boston Celtics.
Celtics general manager Danny Ainge played with Bird on those great 80s teams and is the mastermind who assembled the current squad.
You just have to be in the right place at the right time. And we've had a lot of good fortune. And Terry and Marcus have turned out terrific for us in the last few drafts, and get Kyrie in a trade.
Ainge makes it sound easy, but as we've seen at times this year, talent is only the first step in creating a championship team. Championships must be earned, and players like Al Horford embrace the opportunity and the journey.
Danny Ainge wanted you for years. How did he get you?
He sold me on what's going on right now. They told me that, that we're going to be able to get players, that playing in Boston is going to be like nowhere else. And everything that he said has been proven to be right. I'm enjoying this journey.